My name is Susan. My partner Alan Horden went into hospital in January, end of January 2013. He had a lung abscess. I'd had one before and it was just drained and there was no problem and it was really well. But then when he got to the hospital, he just got worse. And they didn't seem to be doing very much about it. We kept complaining, but they still did nothing. He was coughing up blood and they weren't even monitoring it. And he wasn't sleeping. I'd taken him food for him because he couldn't eat the food. He couldn't even eat the food I was bringing in. But they just didn't seem to think it was very serious. And they said, oh no, we can't drain the ulcer, so what we'll do is, the abscess, what we'll do, we'll transfer him to Barts when we can get a bed. There seemed to be no hurry and no problem about it at all. So this went on for a few days. He went in on the Mondays, on the Friday he saw the consultant. The consultant said, oh, he's fine, just wait for transfer. And that was it. Didn't even examine him. Then on the Saturday morning I go in, as usual, to visit him. I go in, I just take him coffee, his newspaper and some yoghurts and things like that for breakfast. And when I got in there, he was in the side room, went in the room, he wasn't there. His coat was there, his phone was there, he wasn't there. So I thought, oh, maybe he's gone for some check. So I rushed out and said, where's Alan, where is he? Don't know. I said, what do you mean don't? We don't know where he is. So I went back in and I checked again, yes, everything was there. And I said, well, is he in the toilet? And they said, oh no, he's been gone a long time. And so I said, look, the toilet's locked. And so I tried the door and shouted, banged on it, and there was no response. And I thought, well, that toilet's locked and someone in there, they're not responding. Obviously there's something wrong. I said, well, open it. And they said, oh, well, yeah, we're going to need a coin, all that. It took ages for them to open it. Then they opened it, just pushed the door and didn't even look inside. I saw him in the corner there, on the toilet, sideways, head back, with blood all over him. I rushed in, thinking I was going to save him, and stupid things. I've, cuddled him, talking to him, trying to breathe, make him to breathe. Of course, nothing was happening, so I just panicked and said, "Your nurses, do something." And they just pressed the buzzer, and the crash team came, and I rushed out, and then, he was dead already. I didn't know at the time. I just, you don't think that, And that was it. He was dead. And they just said, oh, yes, well, he must have, bled to death in the toilet. But they didn't seem to care very much. And it was only later on I found out he'd actually been in there for 3 hours. Yeah. And no one had bothered to look in the toilet. And the toilet was right opposite where his room was. And I thought, well, I've got to do something about this. I've got to do something about this. After, a while, when I sort of came back to myself again, I was looking everywhere on the internet trying to find what to do, how to complain. I didn't know what to do. I had no contact. And then, because I got in touch with Anne Clwyd about her committee, I came to a meeting in Stevenage. And at the Stevenage meeting, there was POhWER. And a wonderful woman there offered to help me because she saw what a mess I was in. And I just couldn't do anything on my own. Without the advocate, I couldn't have got anywhere with it. I was in a mess. They helped me write the letters, which I was in such a traumatic state. I kept crying when I was trying to work out what to write. Sat me down, went through everything slowly with me, got the letters written, calmed me down when we got the awful replies that were always all lies, helped me complain that, and then afterwards, a long time, it took about over a year, we actually got another meeting with the hospital, and there's no way I could have gone to that meeting. She organised that meeting for me, she came with me, she made sure I was not in the hospital and supported me at that meeting. And I had a bit of, I was a bit tearful, but I had some more confidence because she was there helping me. And then when we still felt we'd got nowhere, she helped me complain to the Ombudsman, I did all the writing, but check everything out, and she made it sound much better because I was a bit too emotional to write it properly. And I got a successful result from the Ombudsman. He actually said that the hospital were in error. They didn't treat him properly, they didn't act correctly on that day. And then we've had another meeting with the hospital to go through and see what they're going to do about it. And again, she came with me, supported me and gave me confidence. Without her, I couldn't have done anything. I think POhWER is for everybody. It's not just for people that's supposedly vulnerable. Anyone who's got a complaint with the hospital really cannot cope with it on their own. Because I don't see myself as a vulnerable person, but I'm a bereaved person and I definitely needed help.